Alrighty, time for Battle City action, and there wasn't one yesterday, so this one's is Pegasus going up against Rex. He would have gone up yesterday, instead I had the Switch and I decided to live stream for 8 hours. So the Pegasus games, I believe, are all on the hard drive now, so they're all in, so I have them all on the hard drive. Cameron and Daniel were the players. They've gone and pre-recorded the rest of Pegasus's matches. I haven't seen any of them, but what we'll do today is we will catch up a bit and maybe try and speed through a little bit of Pegasus's series. So we're going to do 3 tonight. Pegasus is going up against Rex. After Rex, he'll have Joey Wheeler, and then after that, he'll have Weevil Underwood. Alright, Toon Table of Contents is played, which means Rex has very little chance. Against Toon Kingdom, the duelists of Battle City are very much struggling. And down goes Toon Gemini Elf, a staple monster for Pegasus so far. Only 4 stars, but it does make way, and Toon Dark Magician Girl has come to the field. Okay, I am filtering for comments now. It was a good live stream though. I mean, 8 hours, and actually, how long was it? I have it in front of me here. 8 hours and 27 minutes and 58 seconds. That's how long I was, and all I did was collect cards. I played through the entire GX arc on this game in one sitting. I don't think I've ever done that. So, and then did some of the challenge duels just to collect up some more cards, and I barely even made a dent in it, so it's still a long way to go, as Toon Gemini Elf has been reborn, so Dark Magician Girl won't actually be able to attack directly. If the opponent has Toon monsters on the field, the Toon monsters have to attack each other, which is a little nuance you kind of forget after a while. Okay, filtering for comments now, and Pegasus, who used Comic Hand, now has recontrol of his Gemini Elf and yeets a card out of Raptor's hand. That was raised body heat. Raptor is going to be down to 100 points and potentially staring down a loss. And no, main phase 2. Oh, we're going to see the Dark Magician or the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. I mean, it's not necessary, but well, there it is. Actually, wouldn't Dark Magician, wouldn't that be able to pull Blue Eyes Toon to the field with its effect? It will. Oh, that's a really powerful effect as well. Toon Dark Magician is really good. Anyway, Sukowski says, LOL, your pre-ordered Switch 2 will be coming to you in 2 months. I wouldn't bet on it. Perth is in the middle of nowhere, Australia, and Australia is the most remote continent outside of Antarctica. My sad prediction is you'll get the Switch 2 a week late. Well, I did get Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days a week late. I tell you what, I played Early Days once, and I have not played it since. I waited an extra week for it, and I have never got around to playing it. I've played a little bit of like the original game on it, but someday I'll get into it. Silas DC says, you said you didn't think the Toon deck would be very good, but when you had it in that mini tournament, I already could tell it was way OP, so that's just what I thought. Seems you finally realized how OP it is, but like you said, if you took out Toon Kingdom, I don't think he could do very well. Yeah, pretty much Toon Kingdom is like the heart of this deck. If that card gets taken out, Pegasus's deck almost becomes non-functional. So, because remember, some of these Toons can't get to the field unless Toon World is actually on the field as well. I mean, the Amazoness deck had a few cards that you couldn't take out even after you took some out, otherwise it would not have been a very viable. So it is what it is. Well, you don't get the card that your deck really needs, your win percentage goes down. It's a fine line between the original Yu-Gi-Oh series and Battle City going into GX. Like, if with these GX decks, they absolutely smash Battle City to bits. But if you take out one or two of those key functioning cards, the deck just bricks. It can't function. So the line is very, very fine that you have to tread. And, well, I mean, Pegasus also has Toon Table of Contents as well. Could possibly remove that, but this Toon deck is supposed to be quite, well, I didn't think it was going to be good, but it turns out it is actually pretty solid. We could always go back and do like a Pegasus Duelist Kingdom era Pegasus deck takes on Battle City as well. We'd put back in Relinquished and Flying Elephant, E's original Toons, maybe a couple of others as well, but alright. Moon Wolfie says Marek would be losing his absolute mind if he were to get beaten like this. Comic Can plus Toon Kingdom or World plus Dark Magician go on the first. A draw is game over in 5 turns. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! And technically anything can happen, but at this rate I don't think even Arcana will be challenging this Toon deck. I would reckon it could hold its own against some of the GX decks. Jaden, Zane or Alexas could get out the best monster, and it would mean nothing if Toon Kingdom is there to stop card effects and attacks directed at Toons, while Toons just go on the direct attack. Well, if something like this happens, Pegasus has Toon Kingdom on the field, but he has no Toon monsters to summon. Without Toon monsters on the field, Toon Kingdom is completely useless. So that in itself is something for that card as well. No Toon monsters on the field, it can't activate its effects. So, alright, 19 and 16 is 35, so Pegasus will flush a few points here. Raptor's got some of his better 4-star dinos on the field. And, Toon Gemini Elf again in clutch. So it will stop Rex from being able to attack. Glenn Devo says, I think you should consider nerfing the Toon deck by removing Toon Kingdom to make the matches more competitive in Battle City. With regular Toon World, there is still very little back row destruction in most decks. I could just put Toon World in, but if he only has Toon World in, it's just the odds of Pegasus then drawing it is quite low. Even with Toon World and Toon Kingdom, it's only 6 possible cards out of his deck of 40. Toon Table of Contents does increase that chance a little bit more, but if I take one out, I think Pegasus will lose every single match if he doesn't have Toon Kingdom. Although it is a good point though. What would this Pegasus deck function like without Toon Kingdom in it? Mimikatz, but although Pegasus's opponents are going to start getting a lot tougher. He fights the easy ones first. That's the way these Battle City ones have gone. All of the easy opponents come first, and the harder ones come a bit later. I reckon, depending on what Bakura draws, Bakura could beat Pegasus. And it's possible that Mako could too. If Mako draws Tornado Ball, I don't know how Pegasus would get past that. Torrin Johnson says, any plans for different series or tournaments this summer? I'm going to assume that's summer for the US. It's about to go winter in Australia, but in terms of new series, yes, one of the reasons why we're doing 3 duels today is I want to get through Pegasus' series, because yes, there are other series that we want to do. We're even thinking about putting Battle City to the side for maybe a month or 2, just giving it a little bit of a rest, because there has been a lot of Battle City era content, and maybe seeing if we can get something happening for GX, and maybe even going back to the roots a bit with Duelist Kingdom, and also some real world decks stuff as well. The real world deck stuff is something personally I really want to see as well. So structure decks going head to head, starter decks as well as Pegasus used Mimicat to get Ukazi. But it looks like Pegasus might have this one now. As Rex is going to struggle to block from here, all these direct attacks. Mecha Jason says, Marek winning against Pegasus, yeah, okay, sure, and I'm going to grow 6 more legs and become a giant spider monster. Don't spiders have 8? No, 8. Oh, I mean 6, including the 2 human ones. That adds up to 8. Emperor Pikachu says, LOL, way too easy for Pegasus. I've been enjoying the live streams as well. I was watching you play Pokemon Ultra Sun a little bit yesterday as well. Believe it or not, I've never played Pokemon Ultra Sun. I've got Moon. I've had Moon on cartridge for probably 6 years, and I have never played it. Again, it is on the list of things to do. It's just so much to do, so little time, and I might have to go through... there's one more Yu-Gi-Oh comment. Sax Pack Abs as Pegasus again picks up, although he did take a bit of a hit in that one, so... But Sax Pack Abs says, I thought at the start this deck was going to brick and not get anywhere. I stand corrected. Well, that's the surprise factor with some of these series as well. You see how good some decks actually can be, and against opponents that you think might have done okay. But Pegasus has picked up a fairly easy win. Blowback on the scene there. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I am going to go ahead and commentate the next one, which is Pegasus going up against Joey. Thanks everyone for tuning in, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.